Hey, this is Dennis Lee from 𝐁𝐞𝐫𝐧𝐚 𝗏 Beer Reviews, and you're watching 𝐁𝐞𝐫𝐽𝐻 Beer Reviews.
Whether it's a lager or an ale, whether it's a stout, light, dark, or pale, if you can brew it, Chad can review it. It's time for Chad's Beer Reviews. He's not quite an amateur, not quite a connoisseur, but regardless of the brewer, he's got taste in beer for sure. You can tell just by his gut, this guy is a bona fide beer nut. So whether it's a porter or an IPA, whether it's from Europe or the USA, if you can brew it, Chad can review it. It's time for Chad's Beer Reviews.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Continuing with the St.Bernardus week, this is the Prior 8. I don't know what Prior 8 means. What's interesting about this mix pack, which I didn't even realize till I just looked it up, is that they made 2 doubles and 2 triples, and the 𝐷𝐵𝐿 is a quad, and then there's also the wit beer, which I did last night. So it's very interesting to make two doubles and 2 triples. So anyways, this is the Prior 8. It says, I print off the website, it says, this noble, delicious beer with a high fermentation has a ruby purple color with a full malty and fruity taste. 8% alcohol by volume. This beer is a beautiful round froth due to the second fermentation with a taste that creates a perfect balance between sweet and sour. So this should be pretty interesting. Not a big fan of doubles. Love triples. And quads are kind of hit or miss with me, but doubles, whoa, that is like lots of... I'm going to have to pour this very carefully, I suppose, using my 𝐁𝐞𝐫𝐽𝐻 Trappist glass. And I just recently found out that it might not be pronounced Trappist. I think it might be Trappist. Whoa, major yeast in there. These things, that's not like sediment. They're like big, huge chunks of yeast in there. And I still don't know if you're supposed to pour it out or leave it in. Like I said, I pour it out unless they make a point of saying otherwise. Well, I mean, the description was right. It certainly is, very lively and effervescent. Ruby purple color, no, it's more of a straight brown, maroon kind of thing, maybe. Mostly just brown. It's I can't see through it at all. It's so, it's like almost kind of dirty looking. The head's the same. It's like a off-white to tan kind of foamy head, and then there's like speckles of brown throughout it where the yeast hit. But I can dirty it up a little more here. I could smell it as soon as I popped it. It was, it's typical. Yeah, it smells exactly like Chimay Red. It's kind of like a red wine kind of smell. Very, very fruity. Plum, cherry, fig maybe. I don't really smell booze. I mean, there's like kind of like a dryness in the nose that might be alcohol. 8% is, that's, depending on who you are, that might be strong to a little strong. I'd probably say it's a little strong. So, enough talking or drinking. Wow. Well, I mean, they were right about the high effervescence. Very, very gassy beer. As is the case with a lot of Belgian Trappist and Abbey style beers, things that are bottle conditioned like this. Very, very bubbly. I noticed like a lot of different flavors going on there. Like fruitiness up front that you get in a double, kind of like the akin to a red wine, like a like a red grape. It's definitely not sour. In the middle, I got like this like bittersweet chocolate, which was really nice. Finished with like kind of a bit of a tart fruitiness. It's very, it's funny, it's actually, maybe it's from the head, but it's a very creamy beer. It's the first, Belgian beer that I've had that actually seems to have a creamy texture. I don't tend to get that. Again, more fruit, a nice rich kind of sweet chocolate in the middle. I think I might like this better than the Abbott 12. And that's supposed to be a Westie 12, or comparable to Westie 12. I'm gonna sip on this some more, see what happens as it warms up, and we'll come back with my final thoughts. Cheers. Hey, I'm back. This beer, started off like really good and it really impressed me, but it has like the opposite effect of like every other Belgian beer I've ever had. Usually, the longer you let them sit out, they open up more, they get more complex, get more robust. The opposite happened here. Is like this actually started to turn kind of watery and bland, and maybe the yeast has something to do with it because I'm down to the bottom now, where there's like tons of little floaties in there. Not a whole lot of the fruity palate or the chocolate that I had before. Now it's just kind of like, if you took red wine and like really, really, really watered it down, it's kind of what this tastes like. Yeah, it's like, it's I don't know what happened. I don't know how old this bottle is, but its bottle condition should actually improve with age, Yeah, so, not that it's bad, though. It's still pretty good. It just started out so strong, it started strong, it just couldn't finish strong. This is why I say, is like, you should, when you review beer, you should at least drink half to 3/4, if not the entire bottle, before you make a call. I think there's a lot of beer reviewers out there that I see, and they take like 1 or 2 sips, and they grade the beer, which, I have to kind of wave a bullshit flag on that, because, the beer will change as it warms. Usually for the better, sometimes for the worse. And this is, especially in a macro adjunct lager kind of example, but I didn't think it would happen in a, Abbey Belgian double. But, yeah, so this was like, it was a 9 at first, and now it's like a 6 bordering on 7. And I think I will go 7 on this one, because it's still a good beer. It's still a pretty complex palate. You get the nice dark fruits in there, a little bit of a bittersweet chocolate, just kind of like a sweetness in there, which I really like, and it caught me by surprise, so that was impressive. It just could not finish as strong as it started, though. Maybe I got a bad or old bottle, I don't know, but, I just call it as I see it. So, St.Bernardus Prior 8, giving it a 7 out of 10. It's a good beer. If you've had it, and if this has happened to you, let me know. I don't really have a whole lot of frame of reference here. So, anyways, thanks for watching this episode. I'll see you guys in the next one. Probably tomorrow. Alright, cheers.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Reviews. Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.